Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
Jennifer Lawrence finally spoke out about that celebrity photo hacking scandal, calling it a sex crime and shaming anyone who participated in the sharing of those images. Now, Lawrence says that she has no apologies for taking nude selfies, and she shouldn't. It's not a crime. But where are all the outcries from these celebrities when it comes to government surveillance? Hello, the NSA is doing the exact same thing. We've reported extensively about NSA agents watching you through your laptop cameras, siphoning off your nudie pics, and then sharing them around the office. Edward Snowden said that this is just one of the perks of working in surveillance. And let's not forget that the police use the very same software that's used by hackers to gain access to your private data as well. But instead of focusing on government crime and unconstitutional surveillance, celebrities are calling out for even tighter restrictions on the internet. Yay, punish us for our freedoms. USA! USA! Let's take a look at some of the sex criminals in our very own government, the same people that Jennifer Lawrence is asking to help investigate these hackers. Top DHS cop sues former DHS chief, alleging employee discrimination against straight males. The lawsuit alleges that Napolitano's hand-picked chief of staff demanded a male ICE special agent engage in oral sex with her. And here's another one. The TSA is hiring criminals and sexual predators without even giving background checks. Theft, child molestation, rape, prostitution, and murder, these are just a few of the crimes with which TSA employees have been charged in recent years. So when you see images of TSA agents patting down little kids, remember, it's for your freedom. Federal workers admit watching porn at work out of boredom. Government employees spend hours gawking at porn and in some cases engaging in cybersex. And how much do you want to bet that some of these same government workers were enjoying nude pictures of Jennifer Lawrence while on the clock? Now, I'm not saying that the feds don't do their fair share of busting actual sexual deviants. Here, let's look at this. The FBI rescues 79 children being held as sex slaves across the U.S. FBI raid rescues 168 child sex slaves on U.S. soil. And in these cases, the FBI was also able to shut down hundreds of pimps that were involved in this sex trafficking. But of course, these were low-level pimps being taken down by the FBI. The focus is always on the minions, but there are some high-level sex criminals in our very own government. But the news is that the Secret Service is buying hookers. It's not the fact that there were underage hookers being shipped into the George Bush White House. And of course, there's Michael Aquino. He was a very high-level operative at the NSA in the Army's Psych Warfare Division. And of course, he's the founder of a large satanic cult, the Temple of Set. Now, Aquino and his wife Lilith and others were charged with conducting a satanic child molestation ring. They operated it at the Presidio Army Base Daycare Center. It was found that over 60 children had been molested, a number of whom had contracted venereal diseases. But of course, all the charges were eventually dropped. And of course, there's DynCorp and Halliburton. Both were exposed for having been involved in the buying and selling of young women and children into sex slavery. But that hasn't stopped either of them from still getting large government contracts. Now here's a good one from the Common Sense Show. Child sex trafficking in the Oklahoma state government. They say many children are going missing from Child Protective Services all across the country, and there's no record of what has happened to thousands of missing children. In Oklahoma, 78 children in custody have gone completely missing with no explanation. The agency said they've made no mistakes, and they insist that all 78 missing children should just be considered to be runaways and that they haven't been abducted. So first of all, how would they know that if these children are missing? And secondly, if these kids had run away from their parents, there'd be hell to pay and they'd be taken from the parents and put in Child Protective Services. Oh, the irony. Now continuing on, we have convicted pedophile Jerry Sandusky. He pimped kids out of his Second Mile Foundation in an elite sex ring. The Second Mile Foundation was recognized as one of President Bush's top 1,000 points of light. Former President George H.W. Pappy Bush is no stranger to accusations of pedophilia, as evidenced by this front page news. And don't even question the trail of dead and missing who were just investigating the Second Mile and other government agencies who procure their underage victims by making them wards of the state. Kind of like former Georgia State Senator Nancy Schaefer and her husband, who were mysteriously suicided in 2010 on the very same day that she was to speak out on The Alex Jones Show. So celebrities, go ahead, keep on taking your nudie pics. It's America, it's a free country. But what you should be doing is using your celebrity status to call out the real sex criminals in our own government.
In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries in the area of health. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. DNA Force is one of the most expensive formulas to produce. Some of the ingredients in DNA Force are $12,000 a kilogram. We are using the coveted, patented, only American source of PQQ, CoQ10, and more. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the Infowar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from Infowars Life.